Okay, let's go through the questions. Let me find them again.
I can switch mine to be on air and off air too. Does yours say live in your right corner of your screen? Like right above where my picture may be?
Yeah, it says live.
Okay, mine said like offline, so I guess I could turn mine on too. So I turned mine live.
Okay, sweet. Okay, and this is week 7. All right. Let's do this again. All right, question 1. What are some potential scenarios that would cause your company to be unable to meet your customer's deadline?
Yep. So some of the problems we had talked about, I believe what we raised were, if we've got broken machines, ski-doos, boats, anything like that. And then especially if we just, we're shorthanded, we have too much already rented out and maybe we overbooked, that now we're going to have to let someone know that we won't have anything for them.
Yeah, especially since ours is more of a service rather than like a product. So it's not like we have really like suppliers or anything like that.
Right, or can order more, and being that it's a high cost, we can't obviously we'll go get another one right down the street.
Yeah. Sweet. Question 2. When delivering this news to your customer in writing, what pattern should be used? So either direct or indirect, and why?
Yeah, I think you had mentioned the indirect strategy would be the best way, and I would definitely agree with that, because obviously we want to kind of break the news softly. I'm sure they're either coming from far away to vacation in the area and then use a boat, or they come by pretty often, and no matter which way, it kind of bums you out because they had a set plan for the day. So I think by the indirect strategy, we can kind of alleviate some of the pain that them not being able to rent a boat will do.
Yeah. Kind of like you were saying, they already made plans. So it's probably, if they were going to come here, it's mainly because it's a vacation or it is a tourist attraction area that we're setting shop. So yeah, definitely indirect, kind of be more sensitive to that because they probably wouldn't be too happy about that. So
Yep, I agree.
Question 3. What is the purpose of the opening of a bad news message?
What, could you restate the question?
Yeah, what is the purpose of the opening of a bad news message?
Yeah, I believe if I recall from the book, it was the buffer strategy, which is to kind of alleviate the bad news. So open it up with a strategy of thanking or appreciating them, just to kind of open up on a positive note. Not that we're trying to distract from the bad news, but to open it up with a friendly manner and kind of bring them into the situation gently. Hence the buffer strategy.
Yeah, especially since we want them to actually read the entire message, or they just get the bad news and then they're just angry and don't want to read the rest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What should be included in the opening of this type of message?
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's definitely going to be a lot of sensitivity, but I would say also just appreciation maybe would be one of them. Appreciation for them as, our client, and knowing that they've been serving us, I think would be a big one. So
yeah, I agree with that. And, thanking the customers for choosing us as their, I'm sure, in Chatham, they've got plenty. I mean, you're on a lake, so we can't be the only water sport. But the fact that they chose us, so I think thanking them for finding us or choosing us to go with for their vacation or whatever would be great.
Yeah, sweet. And then what should not be included in the opening?
I think we can both agree, not the bad news, since we're trying to go the indirect strategy route. And then anything that would kind of hint at, ill intentions of what we're trying to say, I guess. So hints of bad news or trying to hide the fact that we have something they can't have, I guess.
Yeah. Question 4, how should you organize the body of this type of message, and what strategies can be used to convey the bad news sensitively?
I think we talked about that, and it was like 4 steps: the buffer, the reasons for the bad news, and then the closing. So I think we should definitely incorporate those in our letter for this week's assignment. And what was the other part of the question?
What strategies can be used to convey the bad news sensitively?
Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, kind of like what I was saying before. You definitely want to show sympathy through definitely just, I guess, appreciation would maybe be one of them to show it sensitively. But
yeah, I think alternatives can fit in there too,
mhm,
which I might
yeah,
have mentioned last time, where we can suggest other equipment that they could take out for the day if we have some stuff like that, or a different time when they can come back when we will have it.
yeah. Okay, and then probably the last question we have is what should be included in the closing of a bad news message, and what shouldn't be included?
Obviously, we don't want to recap on the bad news, but definitely mention mention that we're thankful and that forward-thinking attitude for future business.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. Sweet. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.